meters that have been received and forwarded to the board. One is a high volume road and one is a low volume road. The lowest of the two is 219,992 plus 10%, which is 241.99, and that's a single. If it was double, it'd add 50, so it'd be 269,991. And that is only if what is apparent on the surface is there. If they have to go more, it would be an additional cost. The second high volume is 929,960. We had that at the last meeting. Plus 10%, which is 1.02956. So,
Wouldn't the county do the chip and seal? And they're the ones that put it down last time. They usually.
I don't, that's got the cart before the horse there.
Well, just discussing what's on the paper here. I mean, $117,000 for them to put the chip and seal down. The county does it at their cost. So it's probably not that much.
Well, I don't know about all that. The Schwab even goes off of the market value of what the estimate of the contractors are gonna charge. And this is
What I'm saying is we
because the county is not going to take on the mass of the work. If they do the chip and seal, it's just a minute factor of that.
I understand that. So, okay, soon the road bed was done, then these guys would be done and the county would do the chip seal. That's what I'm saying.
Which in this is just 7,000, or, cause this is patching, right?
Well, that's a good question, because I read those as both the chip seal. That's a good question.
I don't think that the county's gonna do a chip seal on it. I think it's gonna be required. I think we need to look at that. I mean, I know you came up with a paper that 600 volume for,
Well,
that's that, but I think I looked that up, and that was actually for chip and seal over asphalt. I have
well, I think
the same fact sheet for chip and seal over dirt,
I
or gravel.
guess I would like to see clarification on what the county would do.
So I have a question about that. So if we, ideally, these people would do it, because then, once they make the patches, they just come right over and do the chip seal. I would have questions about if these guys do the patching, and then we have to wait on the county to cover it with the chip seal.
You have to be coordinated, yeah.
Right, and I don't know. I mean, it's worth asking the question, I'm sure, but I think that that would be a scheduling nightmare to make sure that the county is coming the day it's ready to be
It would take some coordination, absolutely.
done. Well, okay, what is this one?
This is a fact sheet on the perimeter of the chip and seal over a gravel road. The 10 points that need to be, like the foundation, drainage, filling the bottom, layering, base materials. This is the parameters of what Colin was saying as far as the LTAP, but this is the one for chip and seal over aggregate.
This is from 15th Street. What all does that bid cover? Trees.
The mile of 50th Street.
But doing what? All of it?
Tearing up the old stuff, patching, like doing the base, patching, and then chip and sealing it.
Could we get copies of those?
This is from the state. Well, I'm sorry, you're
Not the
talking this,
proposals.
you're talking that, sorry. Well,
So I guess, yikes, that's a lot. That is. I was not prepared for it to be that much for just the,
Yeah, I don't think the county's gonna do the chip seal repair anyway, because the traffic count's up for 400. And it's, DOT counts it as over 400, it's a high volume road.
so I think next steps are to, or what I would like to see happen, of course it's not just me, is to go to the county, whether that be in a letter form so that we don't have any he said, she said, or what, and then ask some questions like, hey county, this road failed prematurely. You're partially responsible, what do you wanna do to help with us, help us with this? Or would they even just take it over? Like, at this point, I would be willing to just give them some money to take it over. Or is there a agreement that we can work out, like with the parallel and with,
Do you wanna draft that letter soon?
and with that sort of thing?
Now we set up a meeting.
Like,
I think we need to put it in writing so that we have it right.
Absolutely.
Answer it right.
If we had a meeting, then ask for a letter with conclusions of the meeting from them.
yeah, I mean, I'm happy to put together a list of questions or an initial letter that we can take to them. But I think we need to go to the county and say, we can't spend $219,000, I'm sorry, $220,000. And that's for a single chip seal, 50,000 more for a double chip seal, which is what it needs,
Plus 10%.
plus 10%. So, I mean, we had agreed in the budget meeting that we had to spend $88,000 on it. I would be willing to go to $100,000 on it, but that's less than half. So our $88,000 that we thought we were gonna get a decent fix on the road is not gonna go very far.
So is that a motion to have a meeting with the county?
If we need a motion, I guess. I don't know what that
I don't
looks
know if we can
like.
make a motion, I don't know if they're gonna, we have to put their skins too.
Well,
We see
right.
see what they're gonna do, I don't know if we can make a motion on that. We can write a letter, draft it, and I'll give Curtis a call and see if there's something he can pencil us in. I know he's busy right now.
We gotta try something. We can't, like, something has to happen on the road, and I am not comfortable spending $250,000 on it, so.
That's just if what is apparent on the surface is what's there. If they have
Well, let's
to more than it's.
let's just pray that's what it is.
I mean, the other one is totally
Well, it's,
out of the question. $1 million for a mile? It's ridiculous.
I don't even wanna consider that one.
No.
let's draft a letter and we'll get it over to Curtis's office and email it to him, and I'll get in touch with him tomorrow when we meet at the courthouse.
Well, I can't have a letter ready by tomorrow.
I mean, as far as setting a time,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Sound good? Sound good to you call him?
Yeah. that's-
Okay, next order of business. The update on the tree trimming. We've got Butler Road to Prairie Creek, and we've got Prairie Creek almost to Meadowlark. So we're chugging right along with that project. Yes, we
I
still have,
cut them a check, you guys saw that, you sent that, I
Yeah.
cut them a check for their first invoice.
yeah, I'll get it to them tomorrow.
I haven't been up there, what's it look like?
They're pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah,
Cleaned up?
they're bringing it back, it's cleaning up good, all the big stuff that hits the ground, the public's actually coming, pointing back. I told them if
Are
it's,
they getting it off though
they're
quickly?
getting it right quickly,
Okay.
but if they want it, it's all edge anyway. So, yeah, so it's actually going pretty good.
Yeah.
They'll finish that, and then they'll move down to 15th Street, go 51. They go 15th to 254 on Meadowlark, and same on Indianola, same on Tawakoni, and then pick up 15th from Tawakoni to Meadowlark. That'll be the end of this contract. But I've got some other stuff lined up, but I'm gonna get some additional bids from them while we got them running. So
New terrain innovations.
I think I have it.
I need to drive up there and look at it, I haven't made it up.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, go check it out. It's going pretty good. We haven't got, I haven't received any complaints. We got with Mr. Smith over there in the corner. That worked out. Jack came out, gave us 2 cents. And I think everything's running pretty good on that. I mean, we're gonna have some damage to the trees, how we're cutting with buzz saws, but it's sufficient financially for sure. Okay, next order of business. I talked to Mike Rhodes, and he's got that guy up there, and this is on the truck purchase. He's got that guy up there in, dang it, I wanna say Concordia, but it's not Concordia.
Somewhere up north.
Yeah, it's up north. Great got his stuff. He's gonna, and I think that's probably a better place for us to look because it's gonna be coming in off ranch. On
So we didn't-
flatbeds and four-wheel drive and diesel.
We didn't get the bid on those two that we're looking at.
Yeah, one was 47 and the other was, are you talking about the Chevrolet or this last week? Because last week we were bidding on 2 Dodges and they went extremely high.
So,
But we only had very few miles.
So Mike's got something located up north?
He's got a dealer up there in, gosh, I can't remember the name, but right through there, it's on 50 highway. But nevertheless, he's gonna make contact up there, and I was gonna try to get him on the phone so he could give us 2 cents on that, but he's, obviously still in the, hospital.
okay, so
That's a good reason.
right? I got a text from Travis that we used, Maxim Motors, that we used a while back. He's in Augusta, Watkins, like off of 150. And he said that he had a 2011 Ford Super Duty, but it has to be converted to a gas engine. Comes with a snowplow and its own spreader. I don't know if we're interested in send some pictures.
I don't think,
And,
on the conversion from propane, they were just,
I believe so.
so,
they was trying to diesel.
I'm just passing on, I told him I would take the information to the board, so here I am bringing the information to the board. But it was older than what we were.
looks like it's got a dump body on it.
Yeah,
It's a flatbed.
so I can tell him, no, if we're not interested. I don't know what that conversion looks like either, cause it's 25,000, but then it still has to be converted to gas. So,
Well, if it's been running propane, they have a tendency, since propane's so dry, they'll grind the valves right
Right,
into
valve
the
gun,
air.
okay.
So, I mean, you're talking usually engine replacement.
that's probably why they're selling it. Okay. Can we move on? Next order of business is the cemetery headstone. Did you get that? Did you get that other bid? The Longhorn construction? Okay, so we got the, we have 2 bids, one from Longhorn Construction, and it is $88.60, and one from Marion Morton, and it's $11,000. So, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the Longhorn Construction bid.
Are they are they doing the same thing? Are they setting all the headstones?
Everything that's leaning or that fell down. Brent and I met him on Sunday, and we had Mike Roach on the speakerphone, because he was in the hospital. But we went through pretty much everything on this cemetery right here, and I think we covered everything.
I think so.
Even doing a couple of pieces together, so I think that's everything in this cemetery anyway, including the 2 that are right up here by the fence. So,
So when we did our budget meeting,
Cemetery.
we had allotted 5,000 for the repairs and maintenance of cemeteries, and then another 5,000 for repairs and maintenance of this building and grounds. So if we snagged 3,800 from the buildings and grounds,
Is this a
Yeah.
truck? Go ahead.
And that leaves some slush money too, if we use them from this or even going into next year's budget, because we
No,
have
no, no.
two.
This is already next year's budget. We're in January. This is
Oh.
next year's budget.
Okay, we have two that are in the
big
big
cemetery.
cemetery.
Yeah, and I'd like to have him look at those too, 'cause I'm not getting anything out of CBI.
They're not included in this.
Now, this is just the cemetery here.
Is this a priority? I guess what I'm thinking, do we wanna wait on this a little bit? We're moving into the winter. We have no idea what's gonna happen. Maybe this would be something to bring up in the spring. When we
Do
have
we
a
have
little bit more
people-
idea.
Do we have people that are complaining about it, or we just like?
What is the word?
That, just that gal that I've had people complain about it, you know, but we don't have the manpower to fix it ourselves.
Yeah, it's gonna be touchy work. I mean, we got some 1829.
Oh, I'm sure.
An
there's some
1880.
ones in there.
We've got some units out there that are, if they weren't marked, they'd be gone.
Is there any way that we can have a temporary fix, like set them up? And, you know,
So I think you'd be paying.
If we're gonna mess with them, we need to repair them. We need to do it. And we've got a little bit of up here, I'm sure he can live in. He said he had a little bit of time, beginning this week. I think it's only gonna be, what, 3 days in here, 4 days?
For,
Moving the stones, setting the stones, pouring the concrete. Some of it he's gonna pour the stones, stone in the concrete, some of it's gonna pour the base and then reset the stone.
so our other option is, if we would have had this bid 2 months ago, I would have said, yeah, do it, because we're under budget, we have it. The other option is we can amend our budget. You'll hear in my treasurer report that we have a little bit of carryover for the general expenses, so we can always go to the county and then the budget to change our budget authority to spend that carryover.
How many stones is he doing over here? 10 or 11?
at the,
Sure. How many stones is he gonna repair?
I think it was 10.
10.
10 repairs. Did I
Yeah,
have that right?
10.
I'm still of the opinion, let's punt it to spring, consider it then, that's my opinion.
Why do you wanna wait?
What I just said a minute ago, we don't know what the winter's gonna bring as far as back needing rock. We're still looking at 50th Street, we don't know the outcome of that.
Well, this will have to come out of the general budget.
Right. Oh, that's true. I'm just giving my opinion.
I mean, that's a big, that takes up all of our budget right off the bat. Awesome.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, one of those stones out there's probably 600 pounds. The big gray slate stone that down. I mean, he's gonna have to have 4 guys or something here lifting that thing, set it in place. We don't think we're gonna do it, machine do it hand.
Yeah, I'd be worried about, especially the really old ones, I'd be worried about.
That's gonna be touchy.
I'm sure it's worth it, I just don't, like, why the push right now to do it?
Just get it out of the way. We still got 2 in the big cemetery, and I haven't looked at anything on that. You wanna I don't know if that's going, his price is going to change for spring.
Yeah, that's gonna change that much, the work isn't changing that much. Maybe.
I'm either way, that's what we would do.
We have a motion on the floor.
You do, or I don't really do.
I mean,
Oh, you made a motion. I moved to table the motion until February, so we can think about it.
yes, I get that. Okay,
We gotta vote on it.
motion is tabled.
No, we gotta vote on it.
Oh, yeah. All those in favor say yes, and those opposed say no. I say yes. Motion carries. Okay. Next order of what business is employee handbook.
Working on it.
Yeah, I had some fun today.
Well, I bet you did.
Okay, I didn't touch much except, found a couple of typos. And,
Sometimes.
so on the PTO, I know that this was a discussion last time, but I just typed up kind of what we are doing, even though it's not.
Do we have
One
a
of these
copy of
things.
that?
I didn't print the whole thing, but I printed my,
Let me back up here a minute, Tony. This is what I started several years ago. And we talked about going to a PTO process instead of what we had been doing. So this draft had the PTO criteria in it. And Samantha's got something else.
Samantha has brought something, I know I did, but I'm losing my dang head. PTO.
Did you ever get that?
So it's a lot of the same,
On what?
On the delineators of the other companies.
And this is,
this is changed, so instead of this before, it would be this. Right, and
that's
so,
separate.
no, this is Article E.
Well, one doesn't surprise me, back on the national sign.
So my proposal, it changed, so this went into all, the whole rest of the employee handbook is, doesn't use the term like you provide your years of service. So I changed the wording to just go back to the township does this and the employee does this instead of you. Like that's
Okay.
just keeping the voice consistent with the rest of the handbook. And then you guys can change, you can custom discuss the week, but what we
It is
kind of
in the-
gone to currently is,
You talked to this part.
right, we don't give separate sick time and separate vacation time, it's all paid time off. So I did 6 months per year of service, you get 40 hours, which is basically 2 weeks. So if you wanna think of it like a week of sick time and a week of vacation.
Well,
But
PTO.
PTO is PTO. And then 1 to 4 years is 3 weeks, 5 to whatever, 5 to 9 years is 4 weeks, and then 10 years plus is 5 weeks. And then cap the actual hours at 200. Somewhere in here. It says, there's a cap, I think.
Well, it should be.
Oh.
No. Well, that's consistent with what I had.
And then, but instead of accruing every paycheck, you just give it back on your anniversary. So it's just a lot easier, for record keeping and stuff like that. And I know that a lot of people don't like it because technically somebody can pull over their anniversary, get their
Yeah, that's
stuff
well
and
worn,
quit.
national.
But we don't offer
That
health
well one's gonna be
insurance,
cheaper
we
if we
don't
have
offer,
shit.
you know, 401k
And that I
or
might be able
anything
to
like
see if
that.
they can get
So this is, I guess, here's one perk, you
I'm
get your PTO.
good with it.
So that was my thought. And then the only other thing, I typed looked up some job
This is
descriptions
the quantity.
and,
That's the
Right.
main,
performance evaluation.
Okay, so
And just
we're going
the
60
same
on
concept.
each.
this is what we've always
Just
done
changed
before.
some of the verbiage. I was cracking myself up particularly, this one had, where was it? Does not antagonize township residents. So I just changed that to say, interacts courteously with the public. So
Verbiage.
it's just verbiage,
So
right?
this one here is,
Um,
this one is 6 inches tall.
So I would propose something like that. We don't have to, it doesn't have to be exact, it's apart, just what I proposed. And then I also did
So we'll have one too.
job descriptions for,
We should have
Those
to
back came out of this.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
operator,
So you still operate with-
mostly ChatGPT was like, occasional, no, we don't like that, yes, I wanna add this. But anyway, so I did an operator, a cemetery section, a cemetery caretaker, and a part, so there's one for each of you, that you work with, and a part-time, just general employee. So you can look these over, see if you like them, see if you don't like them,
Well, we're close to getting this done.
and the rest of, did you get part-time? There's my 2 cents. Take them home, pick them apart.
Anything else in there other than PTO?
You can discuss it. The only other thing I found was the typo, so you can just take, if you want, oh, well, how was that? This was the city, trail instead of trial. Which you can just, I can take those.
Okay.
That's what I did for it. And I don't know if you like that format of the, evaluation. I only did one for the operating position.
I do like that, where it's just, it makes it more objective than writing subjective opinions. That was my goal.
So we just need to get, and I separated out the section and because right now it is separate, but we can always, if we hire someone, we can always say, you do both. Right, and then we can combine their.
Get some signage.
That's fine.
I'd like to get some of that reflective material and we could fix some of the pages, that are reflected in, that would be
Comment there for you.
Right on. Okay, how about the first order of new business? We got, right now they're working on a deal, we've got some missing delineators. We got about, we want to get 60 of them. I think we either got 52 or 58 that are missing, we're probably gonna replace some. But that cost is, with National Sign is $13.20
plus shipping.
plus shipping. On National Sign.
Well, close to your repairs and maintenance.
Yes. Yeah.
Or road.
And we
I
had,
know
we had a
road
second
signs
bid,
budgeted.
we had a second bid at Wellborn Sales. And they were 1605.60.
Say that again, Tony, I didn't hear.
We had a second bid at Wellborn Signs, and they were 1605.60
For the delineators, right?
for the delineators, yes. So, I'd like to get those delineators on the way, because we wanna mark all the culverts and stuff before we get snow. So we can see them when we're plowing.
That first bid, I'll make a motion that we go with that. We need the delineators.
For a second.
Okay. Motion, first and second, we take a vote. All those in favor say yes, those say no, I say yes.
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 Motion carries. Okay, the next order of new business is we've got some signage issues out here. We've got some stop signs that are not reflecting replacement of that. But we'll get a count on that,
On the stop signs.
on the signage.
So far, you know, we've got like 3 in stock, so,
Yeah, but we got 2 that need to go up right away.
right. And then that's just the ones that aren't reflective anymore.
Right.
You know, the ones with bullet holes in it, need to be replacing those.
Well, they're gonna just get.
Until the cows come home.
Yeah.
So, replace when you can't read the stop anymore.
Right.
Okay, but we'll, that we're new business, we'll go ahead and get those numbers together, get that kind of figured out, we'll have that information next month.
So you can replace 3 now, we have 3 now.
We have 3 now.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to get the railroad sign in
Supposed to get it Thursday.
Thursday.
I think there's 3 of them. But I only need 1, so, actually 2.
Okay. Next order of new business is, we're going to do, I want to get some bids on some culvert extensions for the culverts across the county road. And it's too narrow. We want to extend that out. So we can, we can move that edge of that road back out because we've widened the road, but the culvert's put in the 60s.
Specifically,
A specific location of, one right there in front of Larry Cyril's. The school bus has to stop and let somebody pass. We've got another one over there on 40th, which 40th between Santa Fe Lake Road and 40th coming back to Tawakoni. That's another area that I want to get those guys pushed on as far as cutting those trees. And then the next one is down here from 50th on Tawakoni to 60th. Want them to mow some of that hedgerow back. We're gonna have to cut that ditch in there. So I want to get it mowed back and then get a price on. I want to get the ditch cut back in there to create a good drainage flow because tomorrow we got that meeting with the planning board for that Miles Estate. And I want to make sure that they're going to cut that west side down to that flume, control that water coming off that cul-de-sac that they've got coming in. But
that's fine, I just wondered if you had specific areas in mind.
yes, yes. So and we'll get all those numbers for next month. So. And the ditch work. So, treasurer's report.
Okay, to finish out the year in the general fund, in December, we had deposits of $1,868.19. Our true expenses, which I'll explain in a minute, was $13,443.43. And I'll come back to the balances. The deposits in the road fund were $11,848.49, which we got 2 of our culverts finally paid for. And then the rest was taxes. And then our true expenses in the road fund was $28,662.44. So I'm recommending, and we'll have to vote on it, that we move $10,000 from the general fund to special machinery and $67,500 from the road fund to special machinery. So where I came up with those numbers, we had in our budget in the general fund $5,000 to transfer over. Next year in 2026, we had $0 to transfer. So I just doubled it and we're basically prepaying our next year's transfer. And then in the road fund, again, this is not set in stone, it's just my recommendation. We already had $30,000 budgeted to move over. We ended up under budget, so we had the money to move, and 67.5 gives us a balance in the special machinery fund of right at $100,000. So we're talking about buying a truck for $40,000 or $45,000. The grader had the moldboard and that other repair that we were gonna turn into insurance and then we didn't, and it never got fixed. That was a bid for $41,000.
41,000 with.
So that's $81,000 right there out of special machinery, so then that leaves you $19,000 to.
Yeah, we
either
still
have
haven't
as a-
picked up a gravel bucket either.
Yeah, we don't have gravel bucket, or whatever, so, if we do that, then those numbers that are on your budget are what it is, so the balance in the general fund would be $39,978.96. Balance in the road fund would be $102,038.85. Sorry, FEMA still $167.98. And if we do those transfers, special machinery will be at $100,000.
So that was 10,000 from general fund to special, and then 67,500 from road fund to special.
That is my recommendation, but we'll probably need to make a motion for that. We can transfer more than that if we want to. We have, so the general fund, we ended the year with total expenditures, including that transfer, of $97,925. Our budget authority was $110,023, so we've got $12,098 left over in our budget authority. Now, we were actually about $7,031 left over if you look at actual revenue that came in minus actual expenses that went out, but.
So are you making a motion or?
I was just waiting to hear, yeah, I make a motion to move those things, and then I guess someone can second, and then we can discuss it. Or not second, and it can die.
I second it. Any further discussion?
And so in the road budget, our budget authority was $527,653, and our total expenditures were, including that, $446,151. So we had $81,000 left over in our budget authority.
Budget from 25 to 26 went down.
Budget from 25 to 26 went down. So in the road fund, our budget authority in 26 is $490,517.
I was thinking roughly 50 grand.
Right.
Down 50, even though we raised it 4.5.
Right, because
Yeah.
valuations went down.
That's the first.
Did it for me.
Overall valuations. I don't think ours went down either.
Take a vote.
I have no other questions.
All those in favor say yes, the other page say no. I say yes.
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 Motion carries.
The only other thing I have is, we were able to, so part of that expenses, we were able to prepay part of our insurance premium for next year. So that'll give us a little bit of wiggle room, in the budget, so that was good. And then January's gonna be crazy, 72s, 1099s, the annual report, all that jazz, so. That's all I have unless you have questions.
No, I don't have any questions. Okay, roads. Well, skip to here that we're gonna have a little.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to say, I reposted the Indeed ad again, like I took our old ad completely down and I put up a brand new ad with this snazzy new job description. And we had no hits on the old one, so,
What did you do today?
yeah, I just did a new one up today, so. That's it.
Okay, roads. Well, other than the delineators and stuff that we're getting kind of put in place and getting those bids on some ditch work and some drainage issues, we are gonna have to probably look to, which I'll talk to Curtis tomorrow about that, but we're probably gonna have to pour an apron on the box there west of Butler Road on 40th, where that water comes through and broke the bottom of that box out.
County should,
At Grass Creek?
yeah. County should be doing that one. That's big enough for the county to do. Anything over 25 square feet.
Yeah, I think it is big enough for
Is
the
it?
county to do.
I submitted that one to Dave last, whenever, for them to count, for them to look at it and rebuild.
Well, we've lost the east
Yeah,
wing wall
I know.
and part of the floor.
I
Well, maybe
know.
we need to take pictures to Dave and say, hey, move this up your priority
I'll get
list.
pictures of it and take it in tomorrow.
Yeah, because that should be big enough for a county project. Anything over 25 is
Yeah,
fine.
well, we also need to figure out how to.
I'll get some pictures of it in the morning,
Okay,
send
well,
them to you.
yeah, we're also gonna need to probably figure out how to clean that box they were doing and all that, and 50th.
Yes.
They came and cleaned it, they never really finished it.
It's full again.
Yeah,
So it did, and the water just backs up and just
Yeah.
floods that
well,
whole section.
it's not dug down far enough for it to drain. County did
Well,
all
we can't lower it,
oh, I know that.
because we've got the water main that goes over there, and last time I took that dirt off there, I only left 18 inches. So we're right at frost line with the water, and I told Terry at the water department, it needs to lower the line, is what we need to do there, but
Yeah.
he was really busy with the pipeline project and everything else going through, so.
That one's been submitted before, along with the one on 60th Street, and they've not touched any of it. But I know I talked, when you guys were out there fixing that one on the 40th, I talked to Dave then, and he said, yeah, it's in bad shape, and I said, you need to kind of look at it. So,
Yeah,
they were
okay.
gonna put it on the list for rebuilding, or at least letting the contract this winter for building next summer. Don't know if that made the list or not, but it needs to be.
Yeah, we've got another house going in over there on 40th and Centerfield Lake Road. And, back to the west on the south side, we've got like a sand pit in there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the areas that I'm gonna get bids on to take that out and shape it. And I don't know, we're gonna have to, we could probably figure out how to lose it right there on some of those new construction sites, at the road or whatever.
Yeah, by the way, you brought that up, you know, they made that entrance right there at the corner of 40th and Santa Fe Lake Road.
Right there at the corner, yes.
Dave called me a couple days ago, and he said they've gone out and looked at it, the county has no problem with leaving it alone, which I'm a little bit surprised.
Because you come out at an angle
Right.
to the intersection.
Technically, that does not meet construction codes, you can't put it there. They went out and looked at it, county said they're okay with it, if we're okay with it.
There's a dispute on the culvert pipe to the north.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about that.
Right, and there's a dispute, so I think we're probably trying to like smooth the waters there.
Could be.
What's the dispute on the culvert?
They have a dual entrance right there on the property line. He put in, I think, 35 feet of culvert, and then needs another 35, and he didn't want it added on to. So I guess Page is going to either move it down, they already got an entrance on 40th, but the entrance off of Stanfield Lake Road was gonna be the entrance into the new house. Cause the house sits to the north on top of the hill,
Right. It's
just to the east of the windmill.
And they're okay with that, they're at the intersection, they're okay with that. So, okay,
Well, down at the bottom of that hill to the west, we need to get that ditch on the south side. And we got all those cedars in there, so it's gonna be interesting. We'll get a bid from these guys to go back in there with that buzzsaw. We're gonna buzz those cedars back to this fence line.
there's never been a ditch in that road.
I don't know what we're gonna, well, whatever it is, we're gonna get into it, so that's gonna be some of the numbers that comes in next month. So the project.
Well, I forgot I needed to bring that up, that they.
I was in that gate day before yesterday, and I thought it was very odd that you come out and you're sitting at an angle to go
Yeah,
south on.
Dave said there's no drainage problems or anything else, and so they're okay with it.
It's at the top of the hill. Okay, cemetery, Brent?
I don't really have anything other than what we've already discussed.
Okay. Okay, equipment, we've already discussed the motor grader repairs, so we're gonna have to do that. And,
I have a question on that. I went out and looked at it last week sometime, and it looks like that extension, it's on the right side of the blade, is the only thing that's really bent badly.
yeah,
It looks like there's maybe 6 or 8 bolts that hold that extension on.
yeah, I talked to a guy the other day, and, I think he said that there's a company out in Great Bend that'll respring that moldboard, instead of getting a new one, he'll spring it back into place.
That's why I was wondering if we could do something
Yeah,
like that,
I'm working on
replace
it, I
that
just started.
extension, instead of $40,000 for a whole
Yeah.
moldboard.
If you go to the Andover Rental Center, excuse me, Andover Rental Center has a company that comes out and straightens all the forks on their telehandlers. I rented a telehandler about a month ago and the fork was bent, and I took it back in. Nathan said, oh, we got a guy who picks them up like once a month and reheats them and resprings them.
Well, it's a little bit different, it's like 16-foot long.
I know, but this is what the guy does, is like reform the stuff. So you gotta ask the.
I'll get a number and check into it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's just good, I think that's a good idea instead of replacing the whole thing.
Yeah, okay, we still got those bids on those buckets, and I'll get after that next. And that's all I've got. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
You had a comment letter handed to you or something?
Oh, yeah, I'll read it.
You'll read it?
I'll read it.
I can't speak about it.
Yeah, well, we don't have public comment. I'll read it and I'll pass a copy off to them. I'll get to it.
Does freedom of speech not count in an open meeting?
You know, I don't know what to say to that, you know, other than my actions are a reflection of your actions, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. We have the paper here. I said I would read it, and I will.
Well, I didn't put details on there
Okay.
because I was gonna show you what my rock looks like in front of my house. That's what I
Okay.
wanna talk about is rock. The cheap rock that you're putting in front of my house turns to dust once it rains. And if you're into budgets and you wanna save money, why don't you put down good rock that lasts long? And doesn't give me a 25-foot plume of dust every time a car goes by. Got a lot of traffic on Tawakoni. Lots of traffic, and the dust is just horrible. This is taken from my driveway, right in front. It's hardly rock. It's mainly just powder. I would just like to think that you would consider getting some harder rock that doesn't die when it rains or snows, and it just turns into dust. It isn't anything that stays. You're just gonna stare at me?
I'm letting you finish. You wanted to speak, and
Yeah.
there's no comment, but you're speaking, so
Yeah.
go ahead and finish
I would
what
just
you're
like you
saying.
to think about getting some harder rock to put on a road that's heavily traveled, like my road, Tawakoni. South of 50th, I live south of 50th, about a third of a mile. And the dust is horrible. So if you would consider some harder rock, I would appreciate it. I think it'd be better budget-wise. I mean, you can if you replace the rock as often as it needs to be replaced, you're gonna have to replace the cheap rock a lot quicker than you are the hard rock. So that's my comment.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Is there-
Hold
is there-
it, hold
wait a
it,
minute.
hold it. My name's on there also, and I'd like to speak.
Okay. Let me read it.
We didn't put details on there.
I'm just asking for a favor. I need to ask, where are you buying your rock? What is the cost of your rock? Who is doing the trucking for the township? What does it cost? And how do they deliver it? I'm through. That's it. Could I get that in email?
We're buying rock from Southwest Butler Quarry. It's delivered in belly dumps in a clamshell.
Who's
and-
doing the trucking?
Bannon Trucking.
Dennis?
Bannon.
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 But that's this rock
There you go.
right here. That's what this rock is.
What is the cost of rock?
$8 a ton, $8 for trucking. I believe that's right.
I
We'll
don't
have to
have
look at the tickets. I mean, it changes.
I don't have.
We'll have to
I don't
check
have a
it.
ticket in front of me.
Yeah, we don't have that information in front of us right now.
Could I have some of that information, please?
Yes, Jack, I can.
Well, I can tell you, it's cheap. You're getting it cheap if you're getting it at that price.
And this is what it looks like.
Oh, I understand. Southwest
Okay.
Butler's got soft rock, but it's cheap.
I already seconded your motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I have
Motion
one
to-
question
motion is
before
seconded.
you guys
Excuse
go.
me. The motion is seconded. All those in favor say yes. I say yes, and all in favor say no. I say yes.
I'm gonna say no because you let them speak.
I
You
say
should let
no.
them know.
Oh.
Let him speak.
Okay.
So I just have a question about tree trimming. You hit on it earlier. I have ground impacted on Prairie Creek, Tawakoni, Indianola. Are you tree trimming north of 254 along those roads, or?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. That's why I came to ask.
Right. I said earlier in the tree trimming that we're moving on Indianola, Tawakoni, and Medlark from 254 to 15. 15th from Indianola from Tawakoni to Meadowlark on 10th, from 10th to
Wait a
Butler.
minute, so I'm north of 15th on Indianola, is that gonna be trimmed?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we're gonna, this is an initial start. And as I was saying in the meeting, that I'm gonna line up those other ones, but I've got two
So you're
projects.
not trimming there this time? That's
Not right
part
now,
of this
we'll have numbers on that next month.
Okay.
Right, but I am gonna hit,
Asshole.
on 40th, between Santa Fe Lake Road and Tawakoni, and from 50th south to 60th on Tawakoni. Those are I have two projects in there. And then we have a couple other places, they'll be depicted in the next meeting.
Yeah, because we're down to one lane, I don't know how you're picking these.
Well, the reason that those that were depicted that is the information that was given to me by Matt at the bus barn in Towanda.
Yeah, then focus on the school buses first.
Yeah, we're focusing on school buses.
So, and one other question, I own a business that I present at a lot of these meetings. I've never seen anything like this where you don't have a back and forth with your constituents. Is this normal? Is this how it works? I just need to know. I'm just wondering. I mean, this just seems abnormal. I've got 30 years of doing this and I've never seen anything like this.
Where we can't talk.
Yeah.
We have papers here that you can write down your questions.
Well, I don't.
It's got comments and everything so that we can actually read it. And then we can either look at it, research it. I mean, you want answers now for questions that are just thrown at us? Well,
Okay, but that's unique. I've never seen that before either. So I'm just wondering how it works, so I'll know in the future
Okay.
that when I come here, what criteria you're using, because this is very tight. I've had dealing with Colin in the past where I donated a bunch of aggregate to this township. And everything seemed to have flowed back and forth very easily, and now it seems very tight.
It is.
They don't
So-
take donations nowadays.
Yeah,
No, we don't take donations.
even though we could, we don't.
Okay.
God is
All right,
spoken.
thank you. Thank
And
you for your comments.
keep in mind that last year you spoke a lot and loudly with a lot of your people, without anybody making any kind of a written thing that you wanted to talk.
I didn't come to a meeting a year prior to me taking this position.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
I'll prove it to you.
This
then we'll
is
go
exactly
with
why
it.
we don't have the public comment, is because of the attack. The
Yeah.
personal attack. We have
Can I get
a,
copies of this?
Personal
we have a,
attack, just asking you to be accountable is called personal attack. I'm sorry, I just don't think so.
okay, thank you.
I want you to
Is
have
there a
this,
second?
this is